Find out what's hidden. A truth must be revealed. Controversial people colliding may have tremendous ramifications. Speculation abounds about a famous heavyweight reportedly losing it, a leaked recording, and a viral moment at this very time. Hot Boosie and Sexyy Red. In the past, their names have been associated with disorder. The whispers are darker, the stakes are bigger, and the repercussions might be disastrous this time. The truth is out, and Boosie can't hide anymore. The video was released, and now he's in the public eye, fuming about his Sexy Plus incident. Everyone is talking about the footage that nobody anticipated. Rumors have circulated online about an alleged incident between Boosie and Sexyy Red, and Boosie is reportedly going through a downward spiral as a result. The rumors center on more than just the supposed meeting. They also suggest that Boosie may have taken something far more troubling away from it. A moment captured on tape, Boosie's response to seeing Sexyy Red, started the murmurs. And speaking of that crazy moment that had everyone talking, Boosie seemed a little too excited when he lay eyes on Sexyy Red in her very low-cut, figure-hugging outfit. Boosie cheeked like he had won the lottery. Just one glance had people making connections quicker than Wi-Fi. This is a gangster bash, and you, hot red badass, aren't playing any games. Someone began murmuring, hold up, did Boosie and Sexyy Red actually smash, and more than that, did she burn him, since it was a gangster party? Get your nipples out. Did she burn him? It's a question that's resonating all over social media. The focus of the rumors swiftly changed from whether or not they were dating to the potential consequences. Sexyy Red has previously been the target of accusations leveled against other people. Now it seems that Boosie is the target of the same malicious rumors. The entire thing allegedly started when Sexyy Red showed there, dressed in a way that didn't leave much room for interpretation. Boosie's apparent response, which was supposedly lit up like Christmas morning, was supposedly what set off the original suspicion. It all started when Boosie was obviously having a little too much fun. Hot Red showed up in a skimpy outfit that left nothing to the imagination. Her kitty print was quite visible and proud. Boosie, on the other hand, was beaming like a Christmas tree. His smile wasn't just a casual glance, it was the kind that says, yeah, I've been there. But hold for a second, because things are about to become crazier. The rumor mill is churning with speculation that Sexyy Red was not amused by Boosie's purported attempts to downplay their affair. Could you tell me what she did then? Claimingly, she returned the gesture with a clap of her own. He claims that it was in a manner that went beyond mere words and left him with an indelible mark. Rumor has it that she gave him the forever stamp just to spite him. This is what is once again going viral. Boosie has a reputation for being careless with his words, so it was unexpected for him to admit to a hidden relationship like that. Word on the street is that he may have messed with the wrong one, and she may have taken great pains to ensure that he thinks about her daily. Truthfully, Sexyy Red's reputation has been tarnished by rumors, particularly those pertaining to her health. Rumors have circulated about her possible connections to other persons facing similar charges. In the transcript, it is said that there has been conjecture connecting her to someone called Gucci Third Leg, who has been accused of spreading sexually transmitted diseases. Claims of Sexyy Red circulating illnesses began to circulate swiftly once individuals began to make these connections. If you were to infect me with HSV-1, I would test positive for HSV-1, but only if it was in my genitals. However, I do not have HSV-1, I have HS. So, what occurred between you and Gucci in the third leg? Boosie is next. He may be making a brief visit to the facility shortly, according to rumors. If that's the case, it's a very unappealing decision. Frankly, however, we should not be surprised. Speculation that anything is amiss with these two has been circulating for quite some time. In case you forgot, Sexyy Red once shared a photo of herself in bed with an unidentified guy who was sporting an ankle monitor. It was very insane. People everywhere were certain that the photo showed Boosie lay up, and the internet flew into a frenzy. She captioned it with her own words, which only served to raise the stakes. Added her own lyrics as a caption, saying things like, I enjoy effing with Driller's dreadhead. Shake your dreads, K, directly from her tune. I don't know what more to say except that it sounds like drunken vibes. The speculations about the ankle monitor, however, did not sit well with Boosie. X, previously Twitter, was his first stop, and he wasted no time denying it in a post. The rapper said, I'm blocking all y'all fans asking if that's me in that picture with Sexyy Red that ain't my ankle size or color. He seemed rather angry. To top it all off, he said that he and his daughter were on vacation when everything happened. Yet, you won't believe it. Since Boosie has worn an ankle monitor in the past, many didn't believe her. So the saying goes, receipts don't lie. Pay careful attention if you think the notion of Sexyy Red burning Boosie is far-fetched. Not long ago, it wasn't Boosie or some hapless fan who was making noise. Sexyy Red's ex-boyfriend was the one who criticized her. According to reports, this person went on social media to make the bold accusation that she had given him a sexually transmitted disease. Plus, he was rather forthright. After her ex-boyfriend leaked a phone conversation in which he confronted her about being honest about her health situation, things became ugly. Have faith, this guy was furious. It all went downhill when Sexyy Red's ex leaked a phone call in which he confronted her about keeping people in the dark about what was really happening. The man was clearly furious, asking, "Do all your ninjas know what's going on with you? Do you tell them ninjas you're burning, or do you lie to them like you did to me? Can't get rid of that. If you're someone who got this while they're having an outbreak, you can contract it. If you don't, you won't. Why are you being dishonest? Does everyone you know the truth about what's happening with you? Do you tell them you're burning, or do you lie to him, as you did to me? I don't care whether you're speaking the truth or if you lied to me." It was really insane. The harm had already been done the second the call reached the net. After that, people on the internet couldn't stop staring at Sexyy Red. But she wasn't about to do nothing as the plot unfolded. Quote, "One, it's not true to y'all believe anything on this app." In response, she quickly took to social media. Quote ended. Unfortunately, nobody was willing to listen to her after hearing that startling tape. That was the end of it. The problem is involving more than simply Boosie's name, to be honest. Already rampant rumors were bolstered by that phone contact from her ex claiming she had been acting irresponsibly for a moment. He attacked her. Even worse, Sexyy Red also exposed herself, although on her own terms, so it's hard to choose a favorite. Yes, she did really say it out. She appeared on the Lip Service podcast with Angela Yee in June 2023 and spilled the beans. Shamelessly unfiltered. She acknowledged contracting chlamydia on 2 occasions. 2 times in a row. I was like, what the fuck, when she confessed to contracting chlamydia not once, but twice. So, we both made an appointment with the doctor, and we were both like, well, you 2 people and he like you 2 people too. The news shattered her even more when she revealed that she and her boyfriend had broken up because he went crazy. After that, they each went their own ways with other individuals. Boom. Things really took off after they reconciled. Once again, she became afflicted. As soon as Sexyy Red and her partner reconciled, suspicions began to arise. They went to the doctor together, and there it was, chlamydia tested positive for both of them. When things become really tough, you simply want to say, damn. The doctor's words, "Yeah, you 2 got it too," clearly changed the atmosphere in that room. Listen, I get it, errors happen. But when you add this to all the other crazy stuff going on around her name, it paints a very bleak image. In addition, Sexyy Red did not just disappear after all of this chlamydia-related drama. Nope. She pivoted and smudged her lip line. However, this is no ordinary lipstick. Because they resemble sexually transmitted diseases, she decided to call them shades. Indeed, what you heard was accurate. Phrases such as coochie juice, gonorrhea, and yellow discharge. What on earth? While she may have thought it was a clever marketing strategy, the general public saw it for what it was, downright unpleasant. The public was outraged, describing it as the most insensitive act they had ever seen. I have a line of lip glosses with names that no one would ever guess. For example, I have Nut, which is the color of nuts, Gorilla, which is green like Gorilla, and Yellow Discharge, which is like a pink booty hole brown. Coochie Juice is a transparent, glittery drink that smells great and looks adorable. How on earth could Boosie have missed all of this? I suppose it's because Sexyy Red said she was the contemporary Boosie the whole time, and he likely assumed she was just riding the same wave he did. However, words have been circulating even on the streets, suggesting that her scent may be more telling than her companions. The rapper Von off 1700 of Chicago dropped no holds. He allegedly went public with the fact that no amount of showering could remove the lingering scent of her. After he had slept with her. In an interview, you mentioned wanting to be with her, and then you allegedly hooked up with her a few days later. That didn't seem right. I also heard that you were massaging her feet, which is very inappropriate. Someone obviously doesn't put something out there for the sake of clout. His tone was solemn. The most outrageous aspect? The major news sites and blogs have been completely quiet, as if they were attempting to conceal the whole situation. Also, it's not simply some random people offering their opinions. Sexyy Red is only a pawn in a greater scheme to dismantle the culture, according to Lord Jamar, who came out on the matter. People are taking a second look at that assertion. Lord Jamar was very forthright. Because, in his view, Sexyy Red embodies everything poisonous, he came out and declared that the business is rewarding the lowest of the low by elevating her to the top. Even with that weighty allegation, he persisted. Supporting Von off 1700's assertions on her personal cleanliness, he described her as having that something just smells off appearance. Sexyy Red looks like one of those old ladies that, when you enter a room, would make you smell like someone was brutally beating you. Brutal. Things get pretty out of hand at this point. Jamar insisted he see a video in which Sexyy Red acknowledged the stinkiness of her own work. We have no idea if the video exists or is just rumor mill speculation, but Jamar remained unyielding. He remarked, "I seen the video where she said her own was stinking, did you see that?" Quote ended. His tone was one of complete seriousness. Jamar then went into full conspiracy mode, as if that weren't enough smoke. Sexyy Red might be an industry plant, he suggested. He claims that many pharmaceutical agendas, gang life, and baby mama drama were among the incorrect tales that were thrust onto her. People are going to be very careful with the industry's next move after hearing that assertion. With a diversion, she blurted out, "Ask Chief Keef if my kitty stank." As soon as she brought Chief Keef's name up in the controversy, people began to look askance at her. They didn't want to engage him unless he was also involved. Naturally, Sexyy Red wasn't going to take that lying down and not clap back. However, she sidestepped the claims by saying, "Ask Chief Keef if my kitty stank." What on earth? How did he become himself involved in this whole mess? As soon as she brought Chief Keef's name up, people began to look at her with even more suspicion. Why include him if he wasn't already involved? Word on the street is that Chief Keef reportedly tapped in as well, adding fuel to the fire that the prior accuser may not have been the only one to get close. Also, there has been a lot of turmoil around them recently. There have been rumors linking them, and they have collaborated on music, but now some are questioning if there was more going on behind the scenes. Sexyy Red and Chief Keef's public personas took a dramatic turn after posting some new selfies. Those photos showed her looking much too comfy as she was all booed up and flaunting his chain. And let's not be naive, it's typically a sign that something is off when a lady wears a man's necklace. Furthermore, it seemed that this was not a just homies scenario. Chief, he wasn't your boyfriend. I mean, everyone is my boyfriend, that's my point. I just want you to know that I have a lot of lovers. It's just that I'm trying to clarify that he wasn't your guy. Was Chief Keef her man or what? The public began to wonder. In an effort to defuse the situation, Sexyy Red took to Instagram when the reports began circulating online. In her words, Chief Keef and her were like brothers and sisters. The tale, however, failed to convince anybody. Just one. Especially considering that she was criticizing Chief for his advances at King Von's sister, Caleb B. Why did you bring up the subject of who he is flirting with if you and your sister were really just siblings? Then, to further shock the world, Sexyy Red returned to Instagram to show off Chief Keef's chain. On this occasion, however, she really stepped it up. She concealed the man's chain in her underwear. Who wrote that? Saying, "We go together now, give me a kiss." Quote ended. Then, suddenly, bang. Everything in the timeline went berserk. People were asking, what the fuck is happening? Until he was seen coming up to the set of one of her music videos, Chief Keef kept mostly quiet. Let me get this out of the way, it did nothing except make things worse. From the very beginning, their whole atmosphere has been offering more than just music. Charleston White shows up when you think things are already chaotic. He acted irresponsibly, attacking Sexyy Red directly and accusing her of being a 304, you know the meaning of the term, who is having a negative impact on Angel Reese. He said that Angel was a devoted, laser-focused, star athlete until Sexyy Red showed along. However, she began spending too much time with Sexyy Red. As her fits progressed into full-blown thirst traps, her whole persona began to change. Charleston was unrelenting. Why gonorrhea specifically? He inquired. I mean, why would you want to call a shade of lipstick that? I was in the middle of making some lip gloss when my friend called to tell me she had gone into menstruation. She informed me the color was green, so I said, "You don't have any green lip gloss?" My friend, who can't do anything but play bag, didn't listen. Seeing how she dresses makes me think she doesn't want to play basketball. Instead, she wants to. Charleston wasn't shy about asking, why am I named after that shade of lipstick? Everything that is happening right now is just insane. Looking back at everything that has transpired, the earlier rumors, the audio from the ex's leaked phone, the confession on the podcast, the controversial lipstick line, the allegations about his cleanliness, the drama involving Chief Keef, and the public condemnation, it's easy to see why Boosie is supposedly behaving this way today. According to those familiar with the matter, he is really losing it, and it's not just speculation. It is that video. Indeed, it was that tape that finally broke him. Prior to this, people were only making assumptions. But now there's said evidence floating around, and people aren't only speculating, they're taking action. The last thing Boosie or anybody else wants is for Sexyy Red's name to become more entangled in all this drama, with her being connected to everyone and their cousin. Without a doubt, this scenario is quite chaotic. With all his pranks, Boosie's reputation is already precariously balanced, and now this? Everything was already in a dumpster, and this simply made it worse. Now that people have video and timelines to support the rumors, the guy is likely to regret every single text, link up, and second he spent with her. Alright, now it's up to you. Tell me what you all believe is happening. Were Boosie and Sexyy Red secretly scheming long before we found out? Is there any truth to these claims about her sexually transmitted diseases, or is it all simply a smear campaign by her enemies in the industry? Feel free to share your thoughts on this topic in the comments section. Wait a minute before you plunge. Feel free to press that like button, subscribe, and enable post alerts to the maximum setting. Because after this, what? Even hotter it is. I guarantee you won't want to miss the next in-depth exploration that is coming soon.